on this computer. All right. Hello, YouTube. So tonight, the training is directed to those of you who are trying to reach Scentsational Start, and to those of you who would eventually like to help your teammates reach Scentsational Start. So whether or not you're in your first 70 days, you will get something out of this training. So hands up if you're not on the screen, don't worry about it. But hands up if you are in your first 70 days right now. You can just like put it in the comments or something like that. Or do whatever Maddie just did. However, she just did that. Remember Laura put in that like confetti popper the other day, guys, last week? And I was like, what the hell? Maddie's doing this. I don't know how they're doing that. How do you, oh, reactions. Oh, that'd be probably be how, Kate. So Krista, you're in.
Yeah, I'm like,
I like and you show up. Yeah, Krista, yours is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Krista, make sure you put in your 4 PRV. I know I'm hounding you about it.
I literally just put it in.
Okay, good.
I also put PRV away. Yeah.
Yeah. I also got earlier.
That means that Krista just earned Scentsational Start level 2. So congrats, Krista. That's so exciting.
Yay!
Round of applause like a kindergarten. Yeah, no, I know. I messaged her earlier, Teresa, too, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, never mind, backpedaling.
Yeah, she's like, please tell me you have an order going in. I was like, what? Like, I'm literally in the bathroom at work. Like, I'm not doing any orders right now.
Right this instant.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so Maddie put her hand up. Vania, I'm pretty sure you are in it too, right? You're brand new to us. Hi, Caroline. Laura, what's up? So for those of you who don't know, the Scentsational Start Award is Scentsy's second fast track starting award, okay? The first one is the Shooting Star Award. You have 15 days to sell 500 PRV, okay? The Scentsational Start one, they get their wires crossed a lot with brand new people because they sound very similar. They're both double S's. You have the first 70 days in order to hit that Scentsational Start Award. And I'm just going to break down the levels real quick, but don't feel like you have to like write this exact thing down because you can find all of these levels in the workstation itself, okay? So level 1, 1500 PRV. Remember, this is 70 days, so it accumulates, okay? Or 500 PRV and 1 personal recruit who goes active, which means they sell 200 PRV in a month, okay? For that, you're going to get a $66 credit and a little certificate and a charm and stuff. Level 2, 3,000 personal PRV or 1,500 PRV and 1 personally sponsored recruit who goes active. For that, you're going to get a $165 credit, so literally $100 more, and an exclusive warmer. Okay, yeah, that's what Krista's doing a happy dance because she just earned that. That warmer cannot be purchased, you guys, okay? So you can only get that warmer through the Scentsational Start program. Level 3, which is the highest award, you sell 6,000 personal PRV or you sell 3,000 PRV and then have 2 personally sponsored recruits who each go active. For that, you're going to get $297 in product credit. So that's about $300 in credit. You're also going to get that warmer. And on top of that, you're going to get a trophy. Okay. And then like mad props because it's really, really rare to do that level 3. Day 1 is the day you joined. Okay. So day 1 does not start after your shooting star. It includes your shooting star. You have this 70 days from day 1 to earn the highest level you possibly can. Okay, so they accumulate on top of each other. You don't have to earn level 1 and then start over and earn level 2. They all add up together. So before I move on, tell me if anyone is already lost. I just want to make sure you guys understand those basics before I move on to the next one. Yeah, right, Krista. Hand down over there.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Is it like for I think it's the Shooting Star that it unlocks a kit? Is that the same as Scentsational, or is it like it's just given to you?
Yeah, so that's separate. So the Shooting Star Award is your first, the first award in your first 15 days. So you sell that 500 in your first 15 days, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're eligible to get that kit if you want to. So I tell people, anyone who is going after the Scentsational Start Award, so the next 55 days after that, if you purchase the Shooting Star Award kit, it actually gets you 200 PRV. Like you get paid PRV on that kit. So it'll actually, that PRV from the Shooting Star kit will go towards the Scentsational Start. Is that what you're asking, or am I totally off base?
Not really. Okay. So for the Shooting Star, you unlock that kit, right? For Scentsational Start, do you unlock the warmer? Like you have to purchase it, or is it just given to you?
I see. No, it's free.
Okay.
Yeah. So that warmer that you earn and the trophy and all of that stuff with Scentsational Start, so the 70-day one, that's a free warmer. You just get it from Scentsy. And then the product credit is not hostess credit. Okay, so the product credit that you get with the Scentsational Start Award, so whether it's the 66, 165, or 297, it is product credit. So it replaces a payment method. So when you're checking out orders or whatever you're doing, you have the choice to either use a credit card like we do right now to close our orders, or product credit, which means you can either go buy a bunch of business supplies for free, you could buy products for free, you could literally take someone's e-transfer and use that money to pay for their order and pocket their cash. Like there's all different ways that you can use your Scentsational Start Award. Obviously, if you're building a business, I highly recommend doing a mix of actual Scentsy products and Scentsy business supplies, right? If you're here for the money and you're just a hobbyist and you've earned one of these things, by all means, pocket some cash, go pay a bill, go treat yourself. But if you want to actually take your business into the future, just try and like think about it, try to be smart about that. But that's a good question. Yeah. So the warmer is free and the product credit is a payment method. I hope that didn't go over anybody's head. So
yeah. Okay. So, and is it just automatically put into your workstation, or do it like, am I going to get an email? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, you'll get an email anyways congratulating you on being a bomb ass boss. And then your account credit will be loaded on payday, next payday. So it'll be the payday that so when the commissions run after your 70th day, you'll get the product credit and the email, like everything becomes official on payday, you guys. Okay. So Krista is about to officially earn level 2 tomorrow. And then, and then what are we in June? So on July 9th, you're going to get all the things.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
So those are good questions. So you guys, if you have questions too, please be like Krista and let me know. Like we're literally here to help you guys. So if you are new, especially, this is why I wanted new people here, because us oldies who have been around forever, we don't think to ask these questions anymore. Okay. Even if we had them 100 years ago, we forget that we had them. So if anybody is here who could also keep an eye on the chat for me, that would be fabulous. And then just like, let me know, put your hand up or a confetti popper or something. Because if I am watching the chat, I might get distracted. Okay. So, 70 days also, you guys, this is the way that I like to do it. So all of those big chunks of PRV and or recruits can look really overwhelming, especially to someone who's like 3 days into the business or even 15 days into the business if you're going for your Shooting Star first. So what I like to do is actually take that PRV and chunk it down by weeks. Like taking a big, huge chunk goal, like a chunked goal like this, and like chopping it up into little pieces makes it into bite-sized pieces, right? So it makes it so much more manageable. Just even with your like belief that you can do it, it becomes more manageable. So 70 days divided by 7 days, which is a week, is 10, right? So that's 10 weeks. And also please note that all of these levels, your PRV literally gets cut in half when you recruit. So again, be like Krista and don't be afraid to build her team or build your team right off the get-go. It will literally cut your needed PRV in half. I will tell you from someone who did the Scentsational Start level 3 with PRV alone, it's so much harder that way, you guys. It's so much harder. It wasn't an option back then to do it with recruits. So don't be afraid. And I'll get into how to recruit. Like we're going to go into I'm going to give you advice on how to build your business, but don't be afraid to recruit right from the get-go. So if you divide that PRV into weeks, okay, level 1, it's literally 150 PRV a week if you're doing it with the PRV alone, or 50 PRV a week if you're also going to help a new recruit launch their business. Level 2 is 300 PRV a week or 150 PRV a week. Don't these amounts sound so much more manageable than 3,000 PRV, right? If you literally chunk it down like that. And then the top level is either 600 PRV a week or 300 PRV a week if you help 2 new people launch their businesses. Now, those amounts still might seem scary for someone who just joined and don't know where the hell any of that PRV is going to come from. I might as well have said 1,000 million PRV a week for some of you, right? Because you just don't even know where to start. So don't let those kind of thoughts like run off the railroad tracks. Stay with me. So the best way to kick off your business, no matter what, is having a launch party. So if you haven't had a launch party, I don't care where you are in your business. If you haven't had a launch party, make that a priority stat, okay? It's a couple different reasons. One, it allows you to officially launch your business, like announce your business, announce that you're a Scentsy consultant, and not in like a woo way. Like if you're just like, hey, guys, I'm a consultant, so like come to me for your needs. That's not gonna work. People aren't gonna care. You're not excited. They're not gonna be excited. But if you're like, oh my God, I just started a new Scentsy business, we're having a party, like come to my thing, it gives people a call to action, okay? So when you give people that call to action to literally like come to your party, then place an order, you're going to have so much better results than if you just kind of vaguely put it out there that you're a consultant and like maybe sometime in the future, possibly if they want to maybe place an order, like you're not gonna have results like that, right? So that's one reason to have a launch party. Literally make it official. Give people the reason to purchase from you, okay? And 2, it's going to be so much easier to gather a bunch of orders all at once when you're having an actual party, okay? Rather than just taking individual orders from all of your random friends and family. So for those of you who had launch parties, you can attest to this. My newest recruit, Laura, is actually here and she's certified in her launch party, you guys. So there is a reason to have a launch party. She hustled her ass off as like the hostess and new consultant of her party. So it's not like orders just like came at her. She tried really hard and it paid off. Okay. So she not only earned that shooting star, but she's certified and she's like well over halfway to level 1 of Scentsational Start. And she's only 2 weeks in. So take my word for it. Trust Kate. Have a launch party, okay? Is there anyone still within their 15 days? Hands up, baby, hands up. I couldn't even help myself. I just had to keep going there. Maddie? All right, awesome. Sydney?
I do. I have a question. I'm under Miranda. And so I was trying to put in a party, but I found that 2 of the products that my people wanted are back ordered and we can't even put them in. So I find that frustrating as a person selling because to me, I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't want it then. I'd be like, you know what, screw it. Nope, sir, I'm not even going to go with this product then or this company.
Yeah,
so
that's why they're not available.
Yeah, why can't you even at least put it in and say, hey, you know what, it's going to be 30 days. I'm so sorry. Is that okay with you? At least we can give them that option, right? Where now it's just like, nope, sorry, I don't even have a TBA. So that's kind of really frustrating as trying to sell this product.
Yeah, totally understandable. We used to be able to actually put in, like we never had as many back ordered products before as we have with COVID. So I'm not sure if you know what our manufacturing process is like, but our warmers are actually made in China because they're made from like literal artists who do all of those things that we can't do over here. Sometimes we don't know when they're going to be. Hyde and Orville don't know. The people who are all in charge don't know because we're in a global pandemic right now. And because some of these things, like we're like 18th down the line, right? So all of these things like are literally handcrafted. And even from the first like leg of the manufacturing process, they might not even have the materials right now. So Scentsy doesn't want to take orders because that's going to create more frustration. So let's just say, yeah, we think this might be available in 30 days, but then it actually takes 90 days. That's going to piss off way more people than if we just said, you know what, this isn't available right now. So we have 64 other warmers you can choose from, and we'll let you know as soon as that's available. So in order to avoid that, Sydney, we have the product status list It's pinned at the top of the news tab for you so that you can make sure before you're taking orders or before you're even putting it out there, like of those products, make sure you check that list and make sure you're not marketing any products that aren't available. Another way, like a hack that I use, is I literally send people to my website because the website is going to show what's available, what's not. So I don't have to run into any of that kind of stuff. So I just promise once because I know that you're newer, so you don't have the trust with the company yet. I promise once you get there, you're going to understand that they do have our best interests in mind. I totally understand what you're saying. I'm wearing Zaya, like I wear Zaya every single day. I don't sell it or anything, you guys. I'm not trying to do that, but they literally, like, do you shop with them? Yeah, Tony, right? Half of their website is like out of stock at all times, and they use it to their advantage. Like it's like almost a scarcity mindset. So you're like, grab this t-shirt before it goes out of stock, all of that kind of stuff. So I promise your customers don't care about it unless you do. You're the one that sets the tone for your customers' attitudes about what's available, what's not. So just make sure that you sort of focus on what's here instead of focusing on what's not here. Okay. Thank you for asking that, because I'm sure, especially as a new person, there's a whole bunch of other people who are biting their lips thinking the same thing. Okay. What was I saying about launch parties? I think I was just saying about launch parties. So who is in their first 15 days? Yeah. So who has, Sydney, do you have a launch party going right now? You're muted, hon.
Sorry, yeah, I'm trying to unmute myself. Actually, this is my daughter's computer. My name is Tara. But
okay.
Sydney's the one who really wanted to, and Miranda, I work with her at the hospital. So she conned me into, and I don't mean con, but you know, my daughter really, really wanted to start this, and she's only 11. So of course, as we know, but I have sold other products like Mary Kay and Salpada and stuff like that. So I do know a little bit about companies and stuff like that. But this, I think I'm just passed by a day or two my 15 days, and I do have an order going in, and I'm trying to get it in tonight. I actually Sydney, conned in my family, my mom and my sisters and stuff like that. So I'm just about to put in their order tonight. So that's the only reason why I asked about that, was because my nieces wanted the one product that is a new product, and they really loved it. And they're like, oh, you don't have that? And I'm like, oh, you know, because that's the only thing that they could afford, right? Because they're in university. So
right.
It was just one of those things that I was like, oh, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, so make sure that you, Tara,
Yeah.
when I do, it was so funny because when I do home office coaching, like just in the last few weeks, my daughter Briar uses my computer for her online dance. So I've been signing into home office with names like Briar and like Briar Smurf with like Scensy's home office. Like that's super professional. So Tara, yeah, so just make sure, like that tip, just share your website to make sure that everyone is shopping the available stuff. And that's so cute that Sydney wanted to be a consultant.
Oh, yeah.
So sort of you're standing in as the adult representative.
Miranda harassed me for 2 years now. So like, okay.
Miranda, that's so funny.
I know, she is funny.
Oh my God. Okay, so for your guys' shooting star, if you're having a launch party, that's going to be the best way to do it. Make sure, if you can, to get it in by that 15 days, okay?
Right.
Like I said before, the 70 days, that shooting star PRV, like whatever you put in from your launch party PRV, that shooting star PRV goes towards your sensational start. So you can actually take whatever you have off of the needed, whatever level you're going for, and then take whatever's left over, like find your gap, right? Take whatever's left over and divide it by however many days are left, right? So if you're in your 15th day, obviously that's 70 minus 15. So you take that and you take the amount left over. Is everyone following me so far? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So a big, huge tip, you guys, and a major difference between people who earn Sensational Start and people who don't, because it's 70 days. So especially over the summer when everyone's lives get a little bit more busy, but also sort of like relaxed, like our schedules get relaxed. Those who aren't tracking it because it's so far in the future probably aren't going to earn it. I don't care how you track it. I don't care what method you use. Everyone is different. So I don't want to tell you one method if your brain doesn't work like mine. go to Pinterest and literally just or Google and look at goal trackers and see what kind of methods to use. Like Miranda has actually used the sticky notes on her fridge before, right? Have you seen that, Tara? It's so cute. So she puts literally sticky notes, and she puts 100 or 200 or whatever. So each sticky note represents a PRV amount, and she rips it off the fridge every time she sells it. So that way, every time she goes in her kitchen, she's reminded of her goal. I thought that was really smart. Other people do the thermometer style. That's my jam. So I color things in as I'm going. Guys, I swear, and don't just have the goal in your mind or even on your phone and say that you're tracking it. There is some kind of science that says when we actually write it down pen to paper, it triggers something in our brain. And we're going to have a way higher chance of, or higher probability of earning or reaching whatever goals we set, okay? So make sure that you actually do that. Now, like I said, the PRV needed for the whole 70 days thing cuts in half when you recruit. The easiest way to recruit right from the get-go is to offer the host kit with your launch party, okay? So if you don't know, people can join the business using host credit. They have to be the host of the party, but that is a very easy switcheroo in your workstation. All you have to do is change the host from you to them, okay? You can choose to either gift the whole host kit, so that you would be gifting your host credit that you've earned with your launch party. That's a very generous gift if you choose to do that. Or you can say, here's the $77, and then you take the rest of the host rewards, okay? And I can teach you how to do that. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty here because I don't want to get lost in the weeds. So if you guys like that idea, go either to the Team OTR and look at how to do that on in the recruiting topic. There's a bunch of different videos I've made about the host kit, or literally just message me or your director. Teresa's right here too, okay? She's happy to help. So that's going to be the best way to recruit right from day one. Talk to your friends and family, find a best friend who wants to do this with you, learn the ropes with you. You guys could literally do it together and then offer the opportunity with the host kit. Just like Krista did, it's going to cut the PRV needed in half, okay? And then you help them do what you're doing, okay? That's all recruiting is. That's all sponsoring is. So don't let the idea of leading someone else freak you the F out so much that you just don't even do it, okay? You literally have to just follow the new consultant guide with them, just like you're following the new consultant guide with yourself, okay? So you're just teaching them to follow the same steps you're doing right now. So in fact, the sooner you recruit, the easier it will be. So all of these new first steps are still fresh in your mind, okay? You talk to any director out there and they're going to tell you one of their biggest regrets was not recruiting early enough. They waited too long to start recruiting because of whatever. It's usually confidence, right? Teresa, would you agree with that? Being too afraid right from the get-go? Yeah, so many people. So past your launch party, you guys, or if you're past your launch party, I'm sorry. So if you are past that 15 days, or if you've already had a launch party and I'm talking to you right now and you're still within your 70 days, make sure, and this isn't even just for Scentsational Start, this is just a good habit to always be doing in your business. Always have an open party link going, okay? Always have an open party, because that is where you are going to put all of your collected orders from now until forever and ever, amen, okay? Because you get the opportunity to double dip as a consultant, which means you can collect as many host credit and half price items as you want while earning the commission from those orders. But you can't do that without a party order, okay? So if you want to keep recruiting, your best way is to always have an open link going, and every time it hits qualifying, you can offer that host kit every single time. Make it a habit that do never ever close a party without offering that host kit to as many people as you can who are on your list of potentials, okay? Going forward, for the rest of your PRV, does anyone have an actual Scentsational Start level goal they are working towards right now? Or that they just figured out after they heard me say the levels? Maybe you didn't have one before, but maybe you have one now. It'd be easier if we could use someone as a real example. But going forward, for the next 70 days. And again, forever, if you would like a consistent, perpetuated business, focus on booking parties. I promise they're going to be your golden light in your business. Okay. They're going to make your job so much easier. I know the thought of partying might seem more complicated than just taking orders, but take it from Carol Ann. I don't know if she's actually unmutable right now, but she yeah, exactly. She just did her first online parties in over 6 years, and she has the highest PRV she's ever had in those 6 years because she was able to bundle those orders together and meet all of those new contacts and all of the things, right? And like she told us last week, they are way easier than she thought they were going to be, and she regrets not doing it sooner. So don't overcomplicate the party system in your head, and then just stop yourself from doing it before you even try. So for parties, to keep them simple, you guys, I have a party script in Team Over the Rainbow. If you literally just look at the party's topic, it's in there for you. Use it, copy it word for word if you want, especially if you're busy or overwhelmed, or take it as inspiration and make it your own, or don't use it at all and do your own damn thing. Okay. I am here to sort of help and guide you guys. If you want my help in literally recreating something totally different, I would love to do that for you. Some people don't even like, I do only posting style. So I post on Facebook in a group. That's my jam. That's what has worked for me. My parties are pretty successful. Other people would rather die than do that for an hour or whatever. So some people prefer doing Zoom parties or Facebook Live. There's all different kinds. Teresa says use Visly. So it literally is an auto scheduler for you. Lots of different ways to do it, okay? And we are literally all here to help you. Host, coach for success, okay? That literally just means your coach probably isn't in this industry. And your coach doesn't know the way to make her party awesome without your help. So you're literally her coach, right? In order to have a successful party, it's your job to help her get the most host rewards possible. So you're just going to make sure that she does things in a way according that's going to help her, not hinder her. A couple very straightforward rules. There's actually only 2 rules I have for my hostesses. Don't mass invite anybody. We aren't inviting our whole friendship circle, our whole Facebook friends list. And don't add anyone to a group or event without their express permission to do so. Okay, those are my 2 biggest pet peeves on social media. And we don't play like that here, okay? We set ourselves apart from other small business owners and direct sellers by not doing either of those things. So aside from parties, I'm not going to dig deep into any particular subject here, guys, because there's so much like deep diving training out there. So if you want to know more about parties, again, explore the topics in Team OTR. Okay, there's tons of stuff in there. So aside from parties, like just gathering PRV as you go for your first 70 days and beyond, just good habits to get into. Be consistent on social media, but not all Scentsy. Okay, don't become a Scentsy robot just because you pressed join. That's a big mistake new consultants make. I definitely did that. Like I literally turned from Kate McDonald into Kate McDonald Scentsy Consultant. So my Facebook profile went from normal human being, mom, wife, all the things, to literally look at my Scentsy business. And that's all I posted about for like 1 straight year. I'm sure I had tons of people unfollow me, cringe, all the things, unblock, unfriend, all the things. So don't do what Kate did circa 2012, all right? So stay a normal human. People are friends with you and follow you on social media because of what you're already doing. So just don't take any of that away. Just sprinkle Scentsy in, right? So implement Scentsy into whatever you are already doing. And when you are sprinkling Scentsy in, focus on sharing. That sounds so like hashtaggy, but share, not sell is an actual thing, okay? So focus on sharing, not selling. So taking a bunch of stock images from the marketing section of our workstation and only using those, that's not going to sell you a single thing. I can almost promise you. Okay. Instead, snap pictures every time you touch a Scentsy product. That's basically like a motto. And then eventually you'll get into a habit of it. But if you're changing your wax, snap a picture, take a boomerang, put it on Instagram or Facebook story. If you're using counter clean, take some before and afters. Bathroom cleaner, same thing. Laundry, same thing. I actually just spilled, short story, guys, story time. I just spilled a glass of red wine all over my new white, like $50 t-shirt. I don't buy $50 t-shirts very often. It's my one single one, and I hold it very precious to me. Literally all over me. And I regret not taking a before picture, but that Scentsy laundry liquid literally took out every single drop, you guys. Like a week later, I was like, I have taken out stains from Scentsy before, like with the Scentsy laundry liquid, but even I was like, oh, damn. Like, I was like shocked that it actually worked that well. I should have taken a before and after picture. So this is like the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So just take pictures. Laura's actually been really good at it. She's been sharing a lot in her story. She's unboxed a few things. She showed how she's wrapping things up. She shows how she's changing her wax. She's talking about how she's going to have like use the Scentsy soak for the first time, and she's going to report back. So just things like that, you guys, like be a human. Don't think of yourself as like having to be a Scentsy consultant who sells things, or else you're going to come across like that. Literally, like come across in a way that you would want someone else to share their experiences with their products. Think of yourself more as a product reviewer, okay? A fragrance specialist instead of just like a sales representative, okay? So if you haven't started a VIP group yet, I do recommend doing that. It has worked for me. It's where most of my sales come from. And then literally make it a community that you would want to be a part of, whatever that means to you. Okay, there's lots of really great training out there too. And don't forget to share lifestyle type posts as well. So how your business is enhancing your life, how it's bringing you joy right now. And that can be down to the tiniest little thing, okay? If you think that you have a super boring life right now, I am looking at one of you, but I'm not going to call you out. If you think that you have a super boring life right now and you don't think that like your story means anything or that other people would relate to it, I promise you, everyone else thinks that they have a super boring life as well. And maybe they can use a little joy that Scentsy business could bring to them. All right. Like I told that person, boring is so relatable. We all think we're boring and we have no stories to tell. When in fact, if you actually just share those thoughts and share those experiences, there's going to be someone else on social media who goes, oh crap, so I'm not the only one, or I'm not alone. Like that's a pretty powerful thing, right? So don't be afraid to share even the smallest ways that Scentsy's enhancing your life, okay? Even if it's literally just, I have a reason to hang out with some other crazy ladies on Thursday nights. So I'm not just doing the exact same thing I do from Friday to Wednesday, all right? Provide excellent customer service. I have not always been super good at this. I have really learned the power of it over the years. So making people actually excited to interact with you, shop with you, and come back to you, okay? Like excited to interact with you. So that means when they see your name pop up in their messenger, they don't want to roll their eyes or run the other way, all right? So a few things about that is stay positive. That means staying positive in your interactions with them and on social media, okay? Again, not harassing them only when you need orders. So you don't message people only when it's time for you to put in an order. You're checking in with them when they first get their order. You're going to make sure everything works and they like everything. You're going to provide customer service. I like to compare it to when I was a server and bartender in the restaurant industry, right? Your server doesn't only come over at the end of the meal when they want to talk you into getting coffee and dessert. Or if they do, you're probably not going to be a very happy patron, right? They're going to come over first and check to make sure you're happy and that you like your meal. And they're going to come over, see if you need refills of your drinks, all of that kind of stuff. So if you think of yourself,
we have to interrupt your meal as well. Is that like a rule that is like,
what did you say, Krista?
Is it like a rule for servers that every time you take a bite of their food, that's when they come over?
Yeah.
Is that how they train you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We wait until someone's mouth is full.
Yeah. Okay.
We ask them an open-ended question, so they have to actually say words.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I just had to ask.
Yeah, it's right in the training guide for sure.
Okay.
It's so true though. It literally happens at every table. So think of yourself as a good server or a good bartender or whatever, right? And make sure that you're actually taking care of your clients, AKA your customers, okay? Not just touching base with them when you want them to do something like place an order with you or whatever it may be. When you're providing excellent customer service, not only are people going to shop more often, my regular group of customers shop about once a month. So I have like a handful of people that gets me to about 300 to 400 PRV a month, if not more, shop once a month-ish. And then I have a larger group of people that shop about every 2 months. So they're going to shop more often, they're going to be happier, and then they're going to tell their friends about you, okay? Which is key to growing your circle, right? Expanding your customer base. You want your customers, without you even asking, telling them, like telling their friends or whatnot about you, and like, you should shop from my Scentsy girl, she does this, or she treats me like this, or she takes care of me. You don't have to do personal specials. You don't have to give products away. I'm not talking about spending your own family money to treat your customers well. I don't do any of that, okay? But when you take care of people, that's going to count more than any kind of free stuff in the whole world, I promise. All right. I'm holding that 10 bar special right now, and it's the only personal special I will have until next BB&B round. So what is that now, you guys? January, December, I feel like. It got moved, so now it's all confusing my brain. So I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. I went ahead and like already said that. Okay, so does anyone have any questions about the sales portion? I'm going to give you just a few tips about recruiting before I let you go too, and then we can do any kind of other questions after that. Are you guys cool with the customer service, the sales portion, the PRV part of the Scentsational Start? Keep in mind, you can do Scentsational Start with just PRV, you guys. You do not have to build your teams in order to earn this. You can absolutely earn it without building, but you cut your PRV in half when you do it with team building as well, okay? So for recruiting, make it a lifestyle, which just means make it a part of your business rather than something you do temporarily to earn this or do that or reach this, okay? Literally, it's just part of your business. So just like sales, team building is just part of something you do every day, every week, however you're working your business right now, whatever way it works for you in your life. No experts required, okay? So I kind of said that earlier, but please do not think that you need to know anything beyond how to read the new consultant guide. That is literally all you need to know in order to help your new recruit launch. Plus, we have a whole plethora of like resources for you in OTR and the website that I built that can help you and your new recruit feel like guided and supported along the way, okay? So don't get it in your head before I even finish the next few sentences that you do not know how to lead or you don't know how to recruit or any of that kind of stuff. If you start getting it in your head that you're going to suck at it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to make that part of your reality, okay? So go into this with an actual like fresh, positive mindset, and you might be surprised at what actually happens. So just think of like what you're doing right now, like I said before, and literally that's all your recruits have to do, okay? A few like kind of pro tips with recruiting is, this is a really, really big one, you guys, and literally every consultant is guilty of it. Do not prejudge them. Do not decide for them whether they want to join your team or not. We still do this to this day, right, leaders? Yeah. I'm so guilty of it. And you know when we do this? When we're intimidated by someone, right? Guess who the best consultants are? The people we're intimidated by. Because there's usually a pretty good reason we're intimidated by them, because they're probably rocking at life right now, at some aspect of their life, right? They're successful in some way that means they would be great at this, but also means we're a little bit scared to ask them, okay? So just don't prejudge anyone. There's also different ways that we prejudge people. Someone might be really busy. Someone might be really broke and can't afford the kit. What are some other reasons we prejudge people, you guys, of why they wouldn't want to join right now? I can't even think of one right now because it's 9 o'clock and it's past my bedtime.
My last prejudgment you were there for, I had like ages. I'm like, she's older. I don't know. I don't feel like she wants to join, you know. And that was my last one. So
right. Yeah. So yeah, they might be too old or too young or like any of the things. Look at Sydney's mom, Tara, sitting in the corner. The 11-year-old got her to join. So I guess there's never too young, is it? As long as their mom is willing to go along for the ride, right? So no matter what we're sort of prejudging them for, you guys, we are literally taking the opportunity away from them before we even offer it. Let them decide whether they want to. Let them say no. And if they say no, no one dies. Like nothing bad happens. Okay. They just say no, thanks. That's literally it. But at least give them the opportunity to say yes. So stop prejudging people. When you do have conversations, when you do get the nerve to actually ask someone, don't word vomit on them. Okay. So don't literally tell them all the things. Or Tara, if you've been in the industry long enough, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, if they ask one little tiny question about the compensation plan, you're not going to go into charts and graphs and PowerPoints about how to earn superstar director. Okay. You're going to tell them exactly the very first step, right? How much do we make? Well, we make 20 to 25% on our sales. Then we have chances to earn bonuses and team bonuses from there. Period. Shut up. If they want to know more, they will ask you more. Okay. And that's kind of the key too. So one, don't word vomit because you're going to overwhelm them like immediately. But two, if you leave them wanting just a little bit more each time, you're going to leave that conversation open and give them the opportunity to keep asking you questions, which is a good thing. Okay. I promise they're going to ask you if they need to know. They're going to tell you if they need to know something. Don't just assume they need to know what's in your head. Did you guys hear that? I had a small stack of Scentsy bars at the top of my stairs. And I heard them just all come crashing down. And then I heard my daughter go, oopsie. Now she's giggling at the top of the stairs. Wrecking my stuff. Okay. And before you even get to the word vomit stage, I guess I should have put this first, is don't get caught up in how to ask. I find that that's actually the biggest problem with recruiting is people might gather the lists. They might know what to say. They might whatever. But when they actually come to like staring at that person's Facebook icon, they freeze because they don't know what to say. My favorite one-liner to open a conversation, which is absolutely zero pressure, is, have you ever thought of doing this? That's it. They're going to tell you whether they have or not. And then you take it from there. Okay, so the answer is usually either going to be, yes, I have, but, and then there'll either be some kind of concern or worry or fear. Okay, you're going to respect that concern, worry, or fear. We're not going to just trash their feelings. And then you can address it, you can concern it. Usually it comes down to just a fear-based thing. Tony and I were having a conversation about this yesterday. And I find that when you just keep asking, okay, well, what if that happens? Then what? If you keep just kind of asking, then what? Or what if? You're going to get to the end of their fear. You're going to unpack it. And you're both going to discover that nothing bad is going to happen, right? The biggest concern, the biggest fear I get is, what if I fail? Okay, what if you fail? Then what? Well, then I'll look stupid. Will you? Will you actually look stupid, or are you just worried that you're going to look stupid? Well, I'm just worried I'm going to look stupid. Okay, well then what? Well, then nothing. Great. I have a free kit right now. Let's just do it. Usually when you kind of dig down deep, you find that there's actually nothing at the end of it, and it's literally fear holding them back. Fear is still a feeling. So we're still going to validate it. We're still going to respect it, but we're going to show them that what if the good happens though? You're not even going to give yourself a chance if you don't at least try, right? So the other answer is no, I've never thought of that. Like, right? So when you're saying, have you ever considered doing this? Or have you ever thought of doing this? It's either yes, but, or no, I haven't. Sometimes there's a no, never, don't ask me again. Cool. Those people are pretty, what are you doing? Why are you staring at me like that? I can't read it. It's just paper. What time will you be done? In a fuzzy purple journal book, you guys. When I'm done. That's why I said goodnight to you already. I totally lost track. It's the ADD. She can't interrupt me or I'm totally like squirreled out. So sometimes there's a firm no, okay? And sometimes it's a no, I haven't. So sometimes it's a curious no, and then you can dig into there too, right? So I think that those are actually all, yeah, those are all the actual like tips I have for you guys. So 70 days from day one, your shooting star PRV, whatever you've entered up until now, I don't care where you are in your 70 days, counts towards your sensational start. So take the days you have left and the amount of PRV you have left to reach your goal, and then chunk them out, you guys. That's going to help you. So even that 300 PRV a week that I talked about for one of the levels, the easiest way to do that is going to be to party, right? So even if you take just a qualifying party, that's 200 PRV. An average party for me right now, because I've built my business here, is about 500 PRV. So smack dab in the middle, let's say 300, for instance, right? Even just one party a week and a Facebook party, you guys, that basically runs itself when you start getting into them. That's 100% doable, even for the top level when you chunk it down like that, especially if you're building your team from the get-go. So I'm going to dive into the chat now, but who has questions still? And please don't be afraid to ask them, because I can't help you if you don't tell me you need help. Or anything to add? Is there anything that I missed? Maybe you guys who have been around forever like me, or maybe you just passed your 70 days, so it's still fresh in your mind. Krista, what did you do? I'm going to call you out since you just earned level 2, $165 credit. Yeah, and a free word.
So, all right. So I pretty much, Teresa held my launch party, which was a huge, I would say like it was like a huge success, but it definitely helped. And I'm really bad at like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Completing things.
Me too.
I've literally, like, this is going to sound really bad, but I've literally extended my launch party for like a month now. Like each week, and it's like, okay, just one more week, and I got it. The way that I just got my, like, the last 4 PRV is because I finally closed my launch party. I know it sounds horrible, but like, I think, let's see, I still have Workstation up, so I'm going to see what it was at. So I have, my party summary is $1,700 worth of orders, and I had $262 in host credit and 4 half offs. So the bars, the 10 bar deal that I stole off of you, I literally put it in that. And I think I had to pay like $16.
Yeah.
And that was it. And so I am buying like stuff for my business now with that. So I knew that I was like 4 PRV off, and I kept pushing it. It's like, okay, like I have more days. And then when you and Teresa messaged me today, like, girl, you have like till tomorrow, I finally clued in. I was like, oh, crap, like I gotta get this in. Like, it's only for our PRV, like I can do it. And then I recruited my best friend with it too, which, like you said, cuts it in half. So she became active last month, and she's like, I think 400 PRV from being certified. So like, she's killing it too. And it's
Right.
like,
I was just gonna
really?
say she's killing it. She got Shooting Star, right?
Yeah, she got Shooting Star.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Krista also, you also said last month she was so close to hitting lead. She was like, I don't want to have to start this from scratch. So I'm gonna basically like hustle ass, work my ass off so that I can hit lead. So she pushed herself so she could promote. So that was in you.
Yeah. I think what was it, like 50 PRV, like something stupid away from being lead. And I was like, okay, like what can I do to push it more? And then my aunt literally walked through the door and was like, I need counter clean. And I was like, do you want more than counter clean? She's like, well, what do you got? And I was like, I got lots. And so she purchased some more stuff off me, which was great. Like I hit lead and I double promoted last month, which was huge. And it was super exciting. So now I'm even more excited to see how much further I can go with this. And it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's totally worth it. At the end of the day, when you are comfortable where you are and you like, I work full time, but Scentsy is just another side job, and it's like, you know, like that pays my car bill, like that pays my my childcare bill. Like it's great. And like that's how I pitched it to my best friend. It's like, you always you always complain that you have no money, and it's like, why don't you try selling something? And I was like, it doesn't need to be Scentsy, it doesn't need to be what I'm doing, but just try it, like just go for it. And she's like, I don't know if I have it in me. And I was like, you got it. Like she has more friends than I do. And like I just pushed her for it. And then it was a $26 deal that really, I was like, it's only $26. What do you have to lose? I was like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. No harm done. $26. Hell, if you don't like it, I'll give you $26. Like if it's really that big of a deal, I'll just give it back to you. Just take it. And she's like, all right. And now she's killing it. And it's like, girl. Like you got this. Yeah. And it's been phenomenal. I'm speechless. I don't know how I did it, to be honest with you. It was
it's that hustler's mindset. That's how you did it. Like you had a goal, and rather than downgrading your goal because you weren't quite there, you upgraded your effort to reach that goal. And that hustler's mindset is going to take you all the way if you have the grit to stick it out. We talked about grit before, right? My daughter's passing me more notes now.
I think I have that purple fuzzy notebook too that she has.
Oh, fire. Krista has the same notebook. Does it have a sparkly owl face on the front?
I think mine's pink, actually.
Oh, okay. Close enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's in my car.
Okay, what time is it? 9:13. Okay, give me until 9. Oh, can I feed the fish? Yeah, I can feed the fish.
Good.
Okay, bye. Good. Yeah. Okay, bye. She's 10. Tara, do you want her? She can come live with your 11-year-old. Yeah. Pawning you off to my Facebook or my Scentsy team. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.